What you need to know about slot machines, and the reels symbols. A slot machine with 22 reel symbols, can have 64, 72 or 256 reel symbols on the game program. This is called the symbol's weight. It means how often a symbol has its own weight on the slot reels. The 22 reel symbols are the physical reel stop, and 64, 72 or 256 are the logic reel stop. Physical reel stop is what you see physically on the reels. Logic reel stop is the reel stop positions possible on the game. So you can see a slot machine with 22 stop positions possible for each reel, the winning symbols plus blanks. But the slot machine game program has 256 stop positions possible for each reel. Example for A3 reels slots, with 22 symbols plus blanks on each reel. The slot gaming chip program follow the instructions. Step 1, game is generating a random reels spin game. Step 2, the game winning plan, the payment. Game operations, games coin or credit in or out. The game interface. Coin or credit in, coin compare to detect number of coins played. Coin or credit out, the payout operations done by the paying device called the hopper. The stop possibility for each reel is 22 stop positions possible. This is the physical stop, what you are seeing on the physical reels. Stop possibility for the game program, 256 stop positions possible. This is the logic stop, what is determined by the game program. Principle when game played, it is random reel game for each reel. The logic stop. Each reel has a number between 1 and 256 possible stop positions. And the physical stop with 22 stop positions possible, with the winning symbols or blank symbol shown on the reel's physical reels. This is an example to show you the difference between the physical reels and the logic reels. Let's start the explications with a simple old slot game, the fruit slot, a simple slot which has with the same stop positions for logic and physical reels, which is 20. The pay table for this game is as follows, simple. Then the next table shows how often each symbol weight occurs on each reel. The total weight is 20. Once we know the pay table and how often each symbol distribution occurs on each reel, then it is just a matter of simple mathematics to determine the return ratio for each paying combination. But this example is for an old slot machine with 20 reel symbols, both on the logic and physical reel stop. Now let's explain more about the reel symbol's weight, which can be, not 20, as the previous example shows, but 64, 72 or 256. Here on this example, reels have 22 stop positions possible, it is the physical stop. And with the total weight symbols, it is 64 stop positions possible, it is the logic stop. If you look at the weight table for each symbols and add them together, it is 64, so it means like, you are playing with a slot machine with 22 symbol per reel. But the game program play like if the reel symbols are 64. Once we know the symbol's weight and the pay table, then the game return ratio in percentage can be calculated. Of course, these informations, such as the symbol's weight, is not shown on the slot machine for the player. And such informations are shown only by the manufacturer's datasheet. Now let's take some more examples with slots games with 64, 72, and 256 stop positions possible as the logic stop. On the reel symbol's weight, small paying symbols are shown more than high paying symbols, as example, blanks or low paying combination symbols are shown many times on the reel. Logic stop, but the high winning symbols are shown less. So what you have to remember when playing a slot machine with like 22 symbols per reel, is that you are playing with a slot with 256 symbols per reel. Or 72 or 64, but usually on modern slots, it is 256. The reel stop is determinated by a cell switch located near the reel's motors. Note that when doing a reel spin, it is the same if you pull the handle or press the spin button. These are just two contact switches for starting reel spin, but there is no difference on the spin result. Now let's have a look to an example by a chart representing a reel with 256 logic stops, and a symbol like 1 bar, with a value of 45 as a weight. And now on this example, the symbol weight has a value of 36. Just notice the possible hits difference between these two examples. Note that a top pane symbol can be shown only one time, especially on the third reel, so imagine having one chance from 256 to get this symbol to show. And this, on the both three reels. Low chance, it. But it is better to show to the player a slot machine with 22 symbols on each reel, than 256. As the player will feel like he has some very low chances to win from this 256 reel symbols. Just look at this example where it shows 3 tables representing a reel, one with 22 lines, one with 64, and one with 256. Visually, the difference is here. And imagine a player's mind if he see this. Will you play with a slot machine with 256 symbols per reel? Now look at this example here, it shows the difference between the lock equals JIC reel stop, and the physical reel stop. From the 256, each symbol has a different weight, and then symbols will show less or more on the game reel spin, according to their weight on the logic stop. As example, a blank or low pane symbol can show on many logic stop, but the top pane symbol can be shown only once on the logic stop. This is a mind trick for the player. Do you think a slot player will play a slot machine with 256 symbols per reel? It is better to show the player a slot machine with 22 symbols per reel. It is just a mind trick, the player will think he has more winning chances. But it is on his mind. Now you can look at a slot machine differently, and imagine playing with huge reels tape with 256 symbols per reel. Tricky, is it? Now let's answer some few frequently asked questions about slots and gambling. Can the casino technicians program the slot game to determine a pane frequency or a top pane jackpot? No, it is not allowed on the gambling industry, and no gaming board will allow that. The only possible way to change the game actual frequency is by clearing the entire safe RAM, which will clear the game memory and displays meters data. This does not mean that the machine will stop to pay or pay more. It is just the actual game cycle, according to the previous games in memory, which will change to a new cycle as the safe RAM was cleared. The slot machine may pay less or more, no one knows, as spins are totally random. Clearing the slot machine safe RAM memory will break the actual game cycle. That's all. Are slots programmed to show what we call as a near miss? A near miss means, as example for a triple red 7 jackpot slot, 2 of the red 7 are shown on the 2 first reels. But on the third reel, the red 7 is just below the pay line, and the player think he have missed the top pane jackpot. No, it is not allowed to program slots games like that to do a near miss effect. It is only the result of the red 7 symbol weight on each reel. As example for reel number 1, if the red 7 has a weight value of 5, on the second reel it has a weight value of 4, and on the third reel it has a value of only 1. Then as the red 7 symbol weight is more important on reels 1 and 2, and the red 7 symbol will be shown more these reels than on the third reel. And this will show like a near miss effect. 2 red 7 on the first and second reel, and just below the pay line on the third reel. I have seen such near-miss effects many times when I was working on casinos. This is not a tricky game program, but just the effect of winning symbols weight value on each reel. If I could place my hand inside the slot machine to grab the 3 reels and force them to stop on the top pane jackpot, as example, triple red 7. Will I win the jackpot if I manually place the red 7 on the 3 reels pay line? No. The machine will tilt and show a message like, call the slot attendant, reel spins error. Why? When the game program starts a random spin, the program decides then where the 3 reels have to stop, and this is determinated with an electronic optic capture placed on the 3 reels. Then a reel has to stop in a proper position according to the game program and the reel optic. If the reel is, as example, manually forced to stop on another position than the game decided to, then the reel position and the electrical object captor informations will not match, and the game will tilt and show the error message, call the slot attendant, reel spins error. Why some slots are paying regularly, even if it is small winning combinations, while other slots seems not to pay much, even for small winning combinations, as it is rare to hit one. The winning combination hit frequency for a slot depends of the pay table. If the slot game offers area of small winning combinations with a small top jackpot like 1,000 coins, you can expect to get more small winning combinations than a slot game with a top jackpot of 10,000 coins or over, just because the top paying combinations are higher. To equilibrate the total game return ratio, small winning combinations are shown less. For a slot game with a small top paying jackpot like 1,000 coin, as it is 9,000 less than the previous slot example, small winnings will shows more. Look at the slots pay tables examples shown here. The two on the left side vary from 10,000 to 1,000 as a top paying jackpot. And the two pay tables shown on the right vary from 30,000 to 1,000. It is easy to understand just by thinking with logic that small and medium winning combinations will show more on a slot with a 1,000 coin top jackpot than a 10,000 one. As for example, for a slot with 1,000 coins as a top jackpot and a total payout return of 95%, if on the same slot the top jackpot is now 10,000, the game return will be too high, and if doing this, all other winning symbols' weight and frequency have to be changed to equilibrate the game payout return percentage ratio. The main documentary of this video was about the reels tape difference between the logic and physical reels stop. But I have added these few more explications, as it is always interesting to know how really work a gaming system. Thanks for watching Casino Tech.